Dogs. For every loyal and loving companion, there's another barking, stealing, biting monster. And it's got to stop. Victoria Stilwell knows that you don't get a good dog without putting in hard work.
I've invited the naughtiest dogs in the land to a masterclass where they're going to learn the 4 basic commands in a maths training session.
She's on a one-woman mission to bring the nation's dogs to heel. But can she get 500 dogs under her spell?
Is everybody ready? 3, 2, 1, sit!
Amongst the naughty dogs vying for Victoria's attention will be some top dogs showing off their canine talents. And Victoria walks with wild wolves to learn what links their behaviour to domestic dogs.
It's amazing to think that the domestic dog has come from such a wild pack animal as the wolf.
With many of the nation's dogs out of control, hundreds of misbehaving mutts and their owners are gathering in a field near Windsor for some of Victoria's corrective treatment.
The first rule of dog ownership is to take responsibility for your dog's education.
Victoria has a 4-point disciplinary code which every owner needs to master to gain control of their dogs. Command number 1, leave it. Essential for the nation's thieving, food-stealing terrors.
Baby! She steals from my niece, she steals from children in pushchairs.
Goes in the fridge and on the sides.
She'll take food out of your hand when you're not looking.
Dogs are driven by their canine instincts. It's difficult to override them, but the leave it command can give you a little bit of that all-important control. Obedience training is not about shouting at your dog. It's about using positive rewards to encourage a dog to learn. The way that I'm going to teach leave it is with food. I'm not telling her to do anything at the moment. I'm waiting for her to take her nose away from the food, and when she does it, she gets the food. Good girl. You have to take your nose away just a little bit.
Then Victoria adds the command.
Leave it. Good girl. It's not leave it. Leave it. It's leave it. Not scary, but strong. Leave it. Good girl. Leave it. Good girl. Well, here's the test, all right? Leave it. Leave it. Very good girl. Very good girl. Give her a round of applause. Wow.
Command number 1 mastered. But Victoria knows all too well that not all dogs will respond so quickly and scans the field for her next challenge. Dog trainer Victoria Stilwell has gathered some of the naughtiest dogs in the land for a masterclass in her top 4 obedience commands. And she's already had some success with greedy border collie Lulu.
Very good girl. Very good girl. Give her a round of applause. Wow.
I'm amazed at how quickly she picked it up. The dog seems to understand what it needs to do in order to get the treat, and that worked really well with her.
The next command that every dog owner must master is drop it.
Drop it is a really vital command. Wresting food or toys from your dog's mouth can be very dangerous. You see, you have to be careful here, because some dogs could react very negatively if you go and get something from its mouth because they see you as a threat.
Wilson!
Owner Helen has real problems with Spaniel Wilson when he runs off with the laundry and refuses to let go.
Oh, Mum, he's got Archie's sock.
If you focus on the thing that your dog has and try and get it away from your dog and fight it away and chase him, he's not going to give it to you. But if you take your focus completely off, that's boring, and then put your focus on something else. Good boy. I think it's important that you remember the psychology behind it. If you drop that, you get something better. If you drop that, you get something better. And the dog is more likely to release things from his mouth.
You may love your pet and treat him like one of the family. But never forget that he's an animal with the primal instincts of his ancestor, the wild wolf. These wild animals live in packs, and Victoria believes that observing their behaviour can offer real clues on how your dog thinks at home. Tony Hayway runs Wolf Watch UK and has been studying wolf behaviour for over 20 years.
Why do they howl?
Well, there are many, many reasons why they howl. It's one of their primary forms of communication. Hunting is a good example where they get distanced apart and they can't see each other. So it's a means of tracing location of the rest of the pack.
It's the same when dogs that suffer from separation anxiety, when they're left alone, they can tend to howl too.
Yep, I'm sure you're absolutely right. And for exactly the same reason. I'm left alone. You know, where's the rest of my pack? You know, because the pack to a dog, a domestic dog, is obviously the family. And so, yeah, where's the rest of my family? Howl.
Wolves need the rest of their pack to survive. The pack is based on a hierarchy made up of alphas, the top wolves, betas, who are subservient to them, and lastly, omegas, who are submissive to both. Domestic dogs share this pack mentality.
The moment that the puppy or the dog goes into the family unit becomes its pack. And therefore the important thing is that you take over the leadership of that pack. Otherwise things start to go terribly wrong.
Food is very important in establishing pack hierarchy. The alpha wolf eats first, and the others wait to eat the leftovers.
Now, what we're hoping to see here is the alpha female come in, which is Luna, the light-coloured wolf,
Right.
And take possession of the carcass first. And then perhaps we'll see Nuska, that's the dark Canadian wolf, follow it. She's right behind you, and she's coming in the same direction. She's weighing this up. If you've hunted for 2 days, perhaps looking for an animal, you brought it down, you're going to take control of it, and that's the way that things happen with a wolf.
The way that I use that in training is where there's not enough boundaries in the household, and that the owner has to show it's a leader. One of the things I do is make the owner eat first before the dog, just to make it that the dog realises that the owner's not only in charge of the food, but the owner has first dibs at the food, really. So it's quite interesting to
absolute common sense.
The wolves patiently wait their turn to feed from the carcass. They respect that the wolf who is eating effectively owns the food, and this is exactly the same with your dog at home, as both the dog and the wolf have a natural instinct to defend their food.
If your dog has stolen some food and you try and go and get a piece of food from that dog's mouth, you could have an aggressive response, and, you know, the dog found the food, it's in its mouth, so that's where it should stay.
Back at the show, some of the nation's best trained dogs are demonstrating to their naughty counterparts what can be achieved when dog and owner work together.
The first rule of dog ownership
Victoria Stilwell is on a mission to rid Britain of its increasingly out-of-control canines. She believes 4 simple commands can put a stop to problem pooches. She's already introduced Command 1, leave it.
Very good girl, very good girl.
And Command 2, drop it.
If you drop that, you get something better. If you drop that, you get something better.
Victoria believes there's nothing better than hard work and exercise to keep your mutt in line. But some owners prefer new age treatments, from massage.
I'm doing T-touch, and it's just really, really light movements of the skin. It's a really, really peaceful way and really quiet way of working with dogs.
To doggy acupuncture.
So instead of giving him a pain pill, acupuncture itself will
stimulates the body.
Ah, bliss. If you want a well-behaved dog who won't show you up in public, you have to start training young. At just 4 months old, a dog's natural survival instincts kick in, making them suspicious and fearful of new things. So early training with some puppy pals is vital if you don't want them to grow into teenage nightmares.
If anybody asks me what is the #1 thing that I should do with my puppy, I say socialization. Because you have to socialize your puppy to everything that puppy's going to experience in its life. Most aggression comes from a dog being unconfident. If you adequately socialize your puppy, your dog can play well with other dogs, and there's going to be none of this aggression.
Dogs have to be taught to come back to their owners when called, and the earlier you start teaching this command, the easier it is for them to learn it.
Teaching your dog recall is tough, but it's a really important command, and it's essential that you teach it. Letting your dog off the lead is irresponsible unless you're confident that you can recall him.
And for 4.5-month-old bearded collie Charlie, this command is falling on deaf ears.
Tell me what difficulties you have with Charlie coming when called.
Well, he can be quite temperamental with coming when we call him. He'll just come if he decides, and when he decides he's ready for it.
You start with calling him to you from 3 feet away. And then when he's doing that, from 6 feet away. And you gradually build it up. So I'm just going to put a training lead on Charlie. Charlie. Come, good boy. He's getting a reward, and that doesn't matter whether that reward is toys, play, praise, food. Good boy. And Rosie, how do you get him to come to you?
Well, I get down on my knees and I slap my thighs and I call his name.
Wouldn't it be better if you use your dog's instinct to chase things? If you went in the direction that you wanted the dog to come. Let me just demonstrate this. Charlie, come! Yay! Good boy! Your dog
And
is
with
more
Charlie responding well to Victoria's
Okay.
teaching, it's time for Rosie to try this recall technique.
I want you to take a treat, run in the other direction, get him to come to you. Say, Charlie, come. Charlie, come!
Good boy.
But for some pups, even the most simple command is a real problem.
Sit is the basic building block of all commands. It's easy to teach, and every dog should learn it. Who here has a dog that will not sit? Okay, if you'd like to come up here. Come on. Hello. And who is this?
This is Bailey.
Jack Russell Bailey has her owners run ragged.
Bailey, no. Bailey, no. Bailey is such a stubborn dog. She doesn't listen to a word I say. Bailey, hello. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Come on. I'd love her to sit, but I've just given up trying. Bailey, sit down.
I'm not going to ask her to do anything at the moment. All I'm going to do is to get her to work out how she's going to get this treat from my hand. And she's licking at it, and she's sniffing around. And what she has to do, she has to put her bottom on the floor before she gets the treat. Good girl. Good girl. She's working out for herself how to get this treat out of my hand. I'm not putting my hand on her bum, pushing it down at all. Now I'm going to add the word sit as she's in the process of putting her bum on the ground. Sit, good girl. Now you're getting a quicker response. Sit, very good. Very good.
An incredible result for Bailey. She's mastered her first obedience command.
She's never sat before, so it's amazing.
And one by one, other disbelieving owners begin to find faith in their pets.
Get his attention. Lovely. Now, reward him.
Soon everyone's catching on, as even the audience join in.
When they do sit, you've got to give them a treat at the end. Sit! They're all sitting.
But has the success gone to Victoria's head as she tries to get the entire field of 500 dogs to sit at once?
Okay, is everybody ready?
Time to find out just how many of the class have been paying attention.
3, 2, 1, sit!
For each sitting dog, a paper bone is held in the air.
Come on, we need more bones in the air.
And amazingly, in a field full of delinquent dogs, Victoria pulls it off with a massive 379 dogs parking their derrieres on the ground. So that's most of the class graduating with flying colours. Back at the event, highly trained, super skilled dogs take pride of place in the annual Wag and Bone Show Dog Stars competition.
We've been practicing for today for about 3 months. Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
This is Bobby. Nickname's Bobby Beckham because he's obsessed with football.
Jack Russells require a lot of exercise, so for them, chasing balls is a great pastime.
He just ran around completely mad. I don't know if it'll sustain 2 minutes of main ring action.
It's just a scream. I didn't think he'd still chase his ball with everybody looking.
These border collies show off their supreme doggy IQ, but will they wow the judges?
Everybody twist.
Well done. They were both watching him so carefully and waiting for his commands, and each one did the drama, and one did the...
I thought the drummer had an uncanny resemblance to Charlie Watts.
Perhaps a singing dog will have that star quality the judges are looking for.
Jess is going to sing to the harmonica.
If Jess played the harmonica and our owner howled, I think we'd have something there.
Victoria's hunt for Britain's best performing dog continues.
There needs a lot of confidence for the dog to go actually in between his legs, doesn't it?
But who will win the Dog Stars trophy? After a nerve-wracking day of auditions, it's down to 3. Anna and Ziggy,
I think she epitomises the ethos of this show.
David and Cassie,
Yeah, she was very good. And I think to go into main ring, she'll be quite spectacular.
and Joanne with Bacon and Suggs.
I think they're showbiz and I like them.
All of them are feeling the pressure, but who will take home the prestigious Dog Stars Trophy Cup?
I'd like to win, but nervous at the moment.
I don't know, it's really hot, it's the end of the day, they're a bit tired, so we'll just see how they go.
There's some very other good acts competing against us, so, I guess it's all down to the judges.
First up, it's David and Cassie. The judges will be looking for precision, timing and creative choreography from each act.
Because it needs a lot of confidence for the dog to go actually in between his legs, doesn't it?
You can see him, he's loving every minute of it. He's absolutely loving it. There's hundreds and hundreds of people around him.
Yeah, but he's not being distracted, is he?
He's tied into his owner and he's loving it.
Concentrating completely.
It's a wonderful thing to see. It's a wonderful thing they've achieved.
Very good, I thought that was fantastic.
We got through the routine as I planned it, so I don't think it went too bad. I enjoyed it. It was good fun.
Next up, Anna and Ziggy are dancing to the locomotion.
This is a lady who understands the limitations of the breed. Yes. And she's exploited the best part of a bull terrier. I think she epitomises the ethos of this show.
It's not easy to train him, I will say that, but it's my main thing in life that I love doing, so I do spend a lot of time doing it.
Lastly, Joanne, Bacon and Suggs perform their circus routine. Smoothness and accuracy of the stunts is key.
I think we would have been in line for winning till the skateboard comes in. If I'd known that, I'd have nobbled them beforehand. I would have sabotaged the job. I'd have took the wheels off the skateboard.
It went brilliantly. I'm really pleased with the dogs. They did it really well. It's very hot and they're not good in the heat, but they did everything I asked them, and I'm really pleased. Over the moon with them.
All the finalists have performed, but there can only be one winner, and the judges have a difficult decision to make.
Yeah.
I think he kept it together best. He was the best trooper.
And that dog's done it several times.
Unanimous,
that was the most impressive.
But they are unanimous. The winners of Dog Stars 2006 are David and Cassie.
Congratulations. That was wonderful to watch. Really, really wonderful. Well done. You deserve that. That's brilliant.
I'm overwhelmed, I really am.